and I'm working home. Oh, when you're living on faith, something's got to give.
It's going for goal.
Something's got to give. Oh, when you're giving your
Tammy Abraham.
it's coming up short. Something's got to give.
Oh, that's phenomenal.
Give it a little more.
Harry Kane, astonishing.
Oh, yes.
Brilliant goal.
Give it a little more.
Absolutely wonderful.
When you go and get
Oh, it's special. Damian, oh, brilliant.
when you go and get oh, when I'm working home. Oh, when you're living on faith, something's got to give.
It's going for goal.
Something's got to give. Oh, when you're giving your
Tammy Abraham.
it's coming up short. Something's got to give.
Oh, that's phenomenal.
Give it a little more.
Harry Kane, astonishing.
Oh, yes.
Brilliant goal.
Give it a little more.
Absolutely wonderful.
When you go and get
Oh, it's special. Damian, oh, brilliant.
when you go and get oh, when I'm working home. Oh, when you're living on faith, something's got to give.
It's going for goal.
Something's got to give. Oh, when you're giving your
Tammy Abraham.
it's coming up short. Something's got to give.
Oh, that's phenomenal.
Give it a little more.
Harry Kane, astonishing.
Oh, yes.
Brilliant goal.
Give it a little more.
Absolutely wonderful.
When you go and get
Oh, it's special. Damian, oh, brilliant.
when you go and get oh, when I'm working home. Oh, when you're living on faith, something's got to give.
It's going for goal.
Something's got to give. Oh, when you're giving your
Tammy Abraham.
it's coming up short. Something's got to give.
Oh, that's phenomenal.
Give it a little more.
Harry Kane, astonishing.
Oh, yes.
Brilliant goal.
Give it a little more.
Absolutely wonderful. Oh, it's special.
Ben Davis and Richarlison have also gone off. Dejan Kulusevski and Ivan Perisic coming on from them, and Southampton are going to be kicking us off in the second half, going from left to right. Stadium is still looking fairly sparse at the moment. People still making their way back to their seats. And the referee Simon Hooper just making sure everything is in order before he gets us back underway. James Ward-Prowse will be taking. No, he won't. It'll be Stuart Armstrong taking kick-off. And there goes the whistle from Hooper, and we are back underway. Ball back to Ainsley Maitland-Niles. He pumps one forward. But there's a blue shirt underneath that, who heads it forward to Mohamed Salisu. No further changes at half-time that I can see. And I will run you through the current 11s when we have a break in play. But for now, Kyle Walker-Peters feeds one forward to James Ward-Prowse. Good touch from him, Theo Walcott, and he's won himself a free kick just inside the Tottenham half, very wide on the right-hand side. Foul by Eric Dyer. Ward-Prowse, Lavia. Lovely ball through to Theo Walcott, who managed to stay outside. Across it comes, and there's the equaliser in the first minute of the second half. It's Che Adams. What a lovely, well-worked move from Southampton. Perfectly executed through ball, which Theo Walcott ran onto. One of the changes from the last game makes an impact. Theo Walcott with a lovely ball across, and Che Adams, he's been hurt, I think, in the act of goal scoring, but he managed to divert that ball into the bottom corner. It was Romeo Lavia's through ball, which Theo Walcott ran onto. He got away from Perisic, and first time across goal it went, and from 6 yards out, Che Adams could not miss from there. Managed to find the bottom corner as well, kept it away from the advancing Fraser Forster. What a great start we've had to the second half from a Southampton perspective. And not a great one if you're a Tottenham fan. But whatever Ruben Sayers said to his men at half-time, it has worked, because it's Southampton 1, Tottenham 1, and Che Adams has scored his 5th goal of the season in what's his 28th appearance of the Premier League campaign. Not missed a game so far. No, it's actually his 25th outing in the Premier League and his 5th goal. But great start this for Southampton as they hope to get themselves out of trouble. They are bottom of the Premier League table. There's so many sides above them. If they win this weekend and other results go their way, they could go as high as 16th. I doubt they'll have the goal difference to go above Everton. But stranger things have happened. But Tottenham are advancing now. Ball into the area from Porro, looking for Kane, but it's turned away by Maitland-Niles. Salisu as well, tidying up. Put to Elyounoussi. Perrault. Elyounoussi once more. Into Ward-Prowse. Ward-Prowse forward to Walcott, who's looking like a man 10 years younger than he actually is. The way he's getting about very well. And now Stuart Armstrong is running into the penalty area, gets stopped. And then he tries to lay one off to Elyounoussi, who fouls Christian Romero, and it's going to be a free kick for Tottenham. And Hooper receiving an earful from Ivan Perisic. He's not happy about something earlier on. 3.5 minutes gone, and what a great start to the second half we've had. What a lively start. Southampton grabbing the equaliser through Che Adams, Scotland international, with his 5th goal in the Premier League. He's second only behind Ward-Prowse for Southampton, who of course has 6 to his name thus far. Tottenham trying to play themselves out of their own half, but they run into a red and white shirted blockade. And Elyounoussi has done well here to get to the byline, plays it back to Adams. Ward-Prowse couldn't gather full and kindly for him. And a cross comes in from Walker-Peters. No one on the end of it though for Southampton, but Perraud did really well to keep it in play. Romain Perraud. Back to Lavia, Ward-Prowse. His cross is deflected. And was that handball? Yes, it was. Ward-Prowse there just grabs the arm of the referee, seeming to be suggesting he wasn't marking the free kick in the right place. And I don't know how Simon Hooper is going to respond to that, because we're watching replays. And yes, it was a handball by Pierre-Emile Højbjerg. But the referee has marked the spot now. We are going to have a free kick for Southampton. And this one might just be in Ward-Prowse's shooting range. It's closer to about 30 yards out. It's not quite central, but it is on the left-hand side, so it is quite an open angle for the right-footed shooting James Ward-Prowse. He has 17 free kick goals in Premier League football, and only one man leads him in the list. No surprises, it's David Beckham with 18. So with a chance to equal the record, here comes James Ward-Prowse. It would be some effort from here, but he certainly is capable of it. Over it comes Ward-Prowse, and it just doesn't drop for him enough, and it bounces off the roof of the net. A little bit too much power in that one for Ward-Prowse. It didn't quite dip for him quickly enough. Bounces off the roof of the net and harmlessly wide. He had to get quite a lot of height on that one, Ward-Prowse, but not the worst effort you'll ever see, but his weight to equal David Beckham's record for free kicks goes on. Tottenham clear their lines, and it's back now with Gavin Bazunu, who pumped one forward up to the halfway line. Ball drops now to Sesu. Lavia gets away from Son, and now in plenty of space. Elyounoussi and Ward-Prowse combining. Now wide it goes to Kyle Walker-Peters. Not in too much of a hurry, Walker-Peters checks back and finds Ward-Prowse again. 1-2 between him and Theo Walcott. Back into their own half they retreat with Ainsley Maitland-Niles. Salisu, good spell of possession this for Southampton. Maitland-Niles once more. Now Walker-Peters. Walker-Peters now decides to inject a little bit of pace and drive forward. 25 yards out, decides to turn on it, and Stuart Armstrong now comes infield. Armstrong continues to go across. Checks back and looks for options. Just goes short to James Ward-Prowse. Back to the right wing with Walker-Peters. James Ward-Prowse. Armstrong again combining. Now Lavia. Wide it goes to Romain Perraud. He's got Kulusevski ahead of him. Wants to try and make a darting run, but Lavia doesn't find him. Perraud again. Lavia. Ward-Prowse shows for it. Decides not to use him. Instead goes back to Salisu. Maitland-Niles. Armstrong and Walker-Peters. I'm not sure how many passes this is for Southampton, but whatever the number was, it's going to end here because Longley dallied on that one a little bit, and Che Adams almost managed to steal in, but he did get the ball away. And Southampton have won the ball back there, and a great tackle on Oliver Skip. 25 yards or so out. Southampton back on the attack. Armstrong, can he work a shooting opportunity? No, he can't. Forced across again. Telegraph pass there really from Armstrong. It was very well intercepted by Kulusevski, who's suddenly up to the halfway line and still running down the right wing. Perraud coming back. But he just lays it off to Porro, and Kane's in plenty of space, as is Son. Son, edge of the area, trying to turn away from his man. Now Perisic, can he shoot? He does, it's blocked. Handball shouts, but nothing given, says the referee. Højbjerg now. Porro once more, another cross comes in from him. And Perisic on the volley, and he gets his right foot well underneath that one and fires one into Rosette behind Gavin Bazunu's goal. Just seeing a replay of a potential handball there, I think, from Ainsley Maitland-Niles from that initial shot from Perisic. And difficult one to judge. I think Maitland-Niles' arm was outstretched, but I think from what I can see it came off his shoulder or part of his chest. We are having a check though. Maitland-Niles looking a little bit concerned. I think James Ward-Prowse is trying to make the point of what on earth Maitland-Niles is trying to do there. And yeah, we're not going to be looking at the monitor or awarding a penalty. It will just be a Tottenham ball. No handball. I should say a Southampton ball. It was a goal kick for Bazunu, which he's hammered into the Tottenham half. But it is a Tottenham man who's won it, and Tottenham are on the attack, but no, Kane was coming back from an offside position there as he released Dejan Kulusevski, and offside given by the assistant Adrian Holmes. Antonio Conte will need to rally his side once more. They'd finally broken Southampton down just before the break, all smiles, but then Southampton have made the ideal response from their point of view. Conte, of course, took some time off. He missed 6 matches with gallbladder surgery. Came back for a couple of games, needed a bit more time to recover, missed a few more. And now firmly back on the bench for Tottenham as they try to pick up their form again. But it's some defending to do. That was a really good recovery tackle there by Oliver Skipp. He had to get that one right. And it's now Son on the attack, and is a foul by Romeo Lavia, who was pulling Son down right on halfway. Free kick for Spurs, almost on the centre spot. Yeah, just a bit too much handbags there from Romeo Lavia. And it's out to the left wing now. Tottenham have works it. Now Perisic back in field to Højbjerg. Højbjerg tries to find Porro. I don't think anyone got a touch on that one. It just trickles out of play. Pedro Porro with a hand up to applaud the effort from Højbjerg, but this time one of these crossfield passes out to the right wing doesn't come off for Spurs. And the Republic of Ireland international Gavin Bazunu decides to leave his goal kick for Salisu, and then Salisu just plays it to Bazunu. And after another 1-2, Salisu knocks it long. Why they need to just put themselves under that bit of extra pressure, I don't know. But it seems to have worked out, because suddenly Southampton, with Theo Walcott, are back inside the Tottenham area. And Walcott had absolutely no one in the box to get on the end of his cross, but he was running out of room. And all he could really do with it is just hang one up in there and hope someone would miraculously sprint faster than Usain Bolt and get on the end of it. But no one really could match the run of Theo Walcott from a Southampton or Tottenham perspective. And it's Tottenham, I think, just slowing things down right now. We've had 57.5 minutes gone in the match, which you're listening to here on the Flash Score app. It's Southampton 1, Tottenham Hotspur 1. Ball with Clement Lenglet now. Eric Dyer, midway inside his own half, central. Romero. Now on the right hand side is Pedro Porro, linking up very well with Kulusevski again. Kulusevski does well to take that one in his stride. He's up against Salisu now, has to check back. Good defending there. Oh, and Kulusevski's ball in field goes astray, and it's Stuart Armstrong now. Armstrong, and he couldn't find a man on the left hand side. He has to go back to Kyle Walker-Peters. Walker-Peters himself forced back now to Ainsley Maitland-Niles. Now Southampton come down the left-hand side. Perrault and Elyounoussi combining, but it's good work there by Tottenham to win the ball back. But Harry Kane now has been robbed of possession. Elyounoussi once more in field to Armstrong. He's been put under pressure by Son. He likes to skip away with a couple of sideways darting runs, does Stuart Armstrong. And it's via Ward-Prowse, gone to Walker-Peters, now back with Ward-Prowse. Lavia in the middle of the Tottenham half. Short pass to El Yanusi, completely crowded out. About 4 Tottenham shirts around him, and Tottenham counter-attacking again, as they like to do, and Kane is just darting through the middle. Harry Kane takes the shot and just over the bar. How much space, how much time did Southampton allow Harry Kane there? He had options either side of him, but just no one came to close him down. Bazunu frustrated with Maitland-Niles and Salisu for not closing him down quicker. But Kane had all the time in the world there. Picked the ball up inside his own half, just kept running and running, and he was at the edge of the area by the time he took his shot. Tried to pick out the top corner, but just over the bar it went. But Southampton should have been a bit tighter on Kane there, at least tried to halt his progression. Just so easy for Harry Kane there, just a waltz right through the middle of the Southampton half. Well, they've got away with one there, Southampton. And we are just about to hit the hour mark. Southampton 1, Tottenham 1. Tottenham have lost to Wolves recently, Sheffield United in the cup. Southampton, of course, have had some big results against some of the top sides. This could be another one if they get at least a point here. But they're going to have to do something that they haven't done particularly often in a match, and that's score more than once in the same game. They've only done that once in their last 22 fixtures, the 2-1 win against Everton back in January. Everton, of course, their next opponents. And that's after the international break, so a couple of weeks away, that one. But that's going to be a real 6-pointer. That one at Goodison Park. But let's see if Tottenham can inflict a little bit more misery on Southampton, because Højbjerg, one of their former players, is coming forward. Nice long lay. Wide is number 14, Ivan Perisic. Perisic crosses into the area, headed up by Salisu, not properly away yet. Falls to Harry Kane on the edge of the area. Che Adams couldn't get ahead on it. Kane links up with Son, but then a great tackle there by Lavia. Stood his ground very well and tried to dribble out a play and actually manages to win his side a free kick. No, he doesn't. It's Tottenham still on the attack. Kulusevski, his shot from the edge of the area is blocked. Oliver Skip trying to keep it alive. Not had the greatest of games, Oliver Skip. Been a bit clumsy in possession, particularly a couple of times in the first half. But this time picks out Eric Dyer. Dyer goes across to Longley. Into Harry Kane. Kane tries to beat Son from his back to goal. Doesn't work out though. And ball half cleared up to Theo Walcott, who's trying to work something with Stuart Armstrong. And a great pass there by Kyle Walker-Peters. I'm not really sure how that one got through to Armstrong, but he's unleashed Walcott. Walcott, first time. El Yanusi. Che Adams, edge of the area. Can he shoot? Good tackle again, this time by Oliver Skip. He's having a better second half, the young Englishman, and finds Dejan Kulusevski. It's a good recovering challenge. I think it was El Yanusi getting back there to rob the advancing Kulusevski of possession. In fact, it was Che Adams making that recovering tackle, and he's gone down hurt as well. Just overstretched, I think, when he made that tackle. Very good recovering tackle from a forward back inside his own half, but maybe you can tell he's not used to doing such a thing because he's down injured now, and it's his turn to get some medical support. And Southampton must be really cursing their luck with injuries in this game. Could they be losing their goal scorer as well as their starting two centre-backs? They have some options off the bench. They've got Sekou Mara, Paul Onuachu, Adam Armstrong as well. So 3 recognised centre-forwards could come on in the place of Che Adams. It was a good prodded finish from just inside the 6-yard box. I'm seeing a replay or two of it right now. In fact, he clattered with the post, actually. I remember he was... he looked a little bit injured when he scored the goal. It was because he collided with the post, the opposite post to the one that the ball hit as it went in. So maybe that could have just triggered something as he stretched to tackle Dejan Kulusevski. He's taken a bit of water. He looks more confident about coming back on than some of the other players in this game. And in fact, he has re-entered the pitch, so Southampton fans will be happy about that. No lasting damage done there to their centre forward. Oliver Skip finds Christian Romero now. Along the right wing, up to Kulusevski. His cross, is Kane going to reach it? Harry Kane reaches it, and Harry Kane scores once again for Tottenham Hotspur. That's his 21st goal of the season in just his 28th match. Harry Kane rose highest. It was a great cross by Dejan Kulusevski. Good work down the right-hand side by Tottenham. And with his left foot, Kulusevski cut back in, crossed the ball in, and it was a very weighted ball. And Harry Kane right underneath it, rose nice and high, and from the edge of the 6-yard box, put it beyond Gavin Bazunu. Really perfectly delivered ball by Kulusevski. Lavia didn't get tight enough to him, and Maitland-Niles and Walker-Peters were very close to Harry Kane there, but neither of them stood a chance. Kane rose highest, got above both of them. No need to use any contact on them or use them as a bit of a guide to get up. He just out-jumped them, simple as you like for Harry Kane, into the top corner behind, past Gavin Bazunu. And after 65 minutes, Tottenham have retaken the lead, and Southampton are going to have to break with their recent form. They're going to have to score twice, at least, if they're going to get something out of this game. But Tottenham go back, for the meantime, into third place. It's Southampton 1, Tottenham Hotspur 2. We are back underway now. And the response from Southampton was good at the start of the second half. Let's see how they can respond to going behind for a second time. They are into the area, flicked on by Ward-Prowse. And Tottenham making a bit of a meal of getting out of danger. Overplaying, you might say, but finally a foot through it from Clement Lenglet up to the goal scorer Harry Kane. And Kane goes down, and this time Lavia does get a little bit too tight to him and commits the foul. Harry Kane, of course, 21 goals for the season, which in any other season would be talked about as one of the great goal-scoring seasons, but so eclipsed has he been by Erling Haaland that he's gone under the radar slightly. Of course, a lot of talk about him last month when he became Tottenham's record goal scorer. But 21 for the season with still 10 and a bit games to go is really good going for the Spurs man. Of course, so much talk in the last few days, particularly about a possible move to Manchester United. Of course, every transfer window, every summer, every winter, it's a case of when's he going to move on from Spurs. Never out of the headlines when it comes to transfer windows, but Manchester United might well be putting in a big bid for him in the summer. Let's see what happens in a few months' time, but for now, let's listen to what happens the rest of this game at St Mary's. We have a quarter of the match still to go. The ball played back to Fraser Forster. His ball just about finds Christian Romero. It wasn't the cleanest of touches by Forster. And Southampton stop the Tottenham attack at source and play the ball out. So it's going to be a goal kick for Forster to take. And it looks like we are going to have a couple more substitutions for Southampton. Can see Carlos Alcaraz getting ready to come on. Alcaraz joining from Racing Club in Argentina in the winter I should say, in January. He's one of the men being prepared at the moment. Lost his place in the starting lineup after the midweek defeat. See if he can make amends this time. Tottenham, in the meantime, trying to come forward. Well, they've lost out. And Ward-Prowse takes a shot from about 40 yards out, but it's a daisy cutter again, and a very easy one for Forster to gather. Rolls the ball short to Højbjerg. Højbjerg, Lenglet combining. Skip. Out wide he goes to Perisic, who's in some space. Perisic What's he going to do with it? He has Son ahead of him, but decides to go back to Longley once more. Longley over halfway. His ball across field is just behind Pedro Porro, but Porro can do no wrong in this game and manages to keep it in. Back now to Romero. Tottenham slowing things right down now. Trying to take control of this game, and down the left wing they come now, and Perisic feeds it into Son, and Maitland-Niles was across well and dealt with the danger. It's going to be a throw-in for Tottenham, about 20 yards out. But there's going to be 3 changes for Southampton, in fact. In the meantime, El Yanusi is coming off. And it's going to be number 20, Kamaldeen Sulemana, who replaces him. More or less a like-for-like substitution there. A winger coming on for another winger. Che Adams will come off as well, as will Stuart Armstrong. So those are the other 2 changes. So it's going to be Alcaraz on for Armstrong. And it is Sekou Mara, number 18, young French centre-forward, who replaces Che Adams. So 5 rolls of the dice already from Ruben Sayers, forced into a couple in the first half, of course, but triple substitution with 20 minutes to go as they try to turn this one around. They've got themselves a throw-in, which Kyle Walker-Peters is going to take. About 20-25 yards from their own goal line. Decides to throw it along the line. Forward for Mara. He can't bring under control, but then at the second attempt, wins it back well. Walker-Peters. Mara. He decides to go back to Salisu. And then Southampton's turn to have some comfortable possession in their own half. Now they come down the right-hand side. Walker-Peters does very well to get away from Perisic. Crosses the ball. Oh, and Mara was well underneath that, but Romero did well to beat him to it. They recycle well, though. Southampton, back in it comes, and Forster's forced into a save. Rather unorthodox shot there. I think it was Alcaraz with the effort. Tried to beat Forster at his near post, but he dealt with it well. And the ball back now with Ward-Prowse just inside his own half, but they're very much forcing Tottenham back again, Southampton. It's Walker-Peters again, tried to play one right through Perisic, didn't really work out. Goes up to Son. Højbjerg. Skip now, a little bit of space to run into, and he lives up to his name by trying to skip away from a couple of the challenges, and he is fouled. It's Sulemana, I believe, who was a guilty party there. And it wasn't Alcaraz, I apologise, it was Romain Perraud who tried to catch out Fraser Forster. He batted it away well. Forster, as if to say, you've got to do better than that, mate, if you want to beat me from there. But caught me out, Romain Perraud. But then perhaps Fraser Forster was a little bit more alert to him than I was. We've got 17.5 minutes left of the 90. Southampton still trail Tottenham by 2-1. Harry Kane, I want to say who else, but maybe that's a bit unfair on some of the other Tottenham attackers. Scoring what so far is looking like the winning goal. Still a lot of time left in this one. And Kulusevski is trying to work a crossing chance. And it's Perraud in the way. It's more who can only deflect it out for a corner. The Tottenham fans down in that corner really appreciating the work of their Swedish international. And if Tottenham can deliver a ball in similar to the cross that he played a few minutes ago, then this is going to be real danger signs for Southampton. Perisic, Dyer up from the back. Tottenham want to try and kill this game off. It's going to be Son Heung-min with an outswinging corner. Goes towards the near post. It was Dyer underneath it, but just goes out wide to Højbjerg. Højbjerg tries to cross it back. Goes right across to Son Heung-min. Son back. Kulusevski with another cross, and Dyer goes down. Oh, what an effort from the edge of the area! It's Ivan Perisic who does kill the game off. You'd think he's made it 3-1. Lovely strike on the half volley with his left foot past Gavin Bazunu. Really crisp strike from the Croatian, who gets his first Premier League goal of his long, illustrious career. And Kulusevski again with a cross. Dyer went down. Southampton thought they cleared it, but what an effort! Waiting on the edge of the area was Perisic. The ball bounced once. He connected very well with his left, drove the ball into the ground, and it bounced back up. Too much on it, and too well struck by the man with a silver and a bronze medal at the World Cup. He's won Serie A as well. He's won the Bundesliga. He's won the Champions League. But today, at St Mary's, he's added Premier League goal number 1 to his long list of achievements. Ivan Perisic scores his first goal in a Tottenham shirt. And that one may well have just wrapped up the 3 points this afternoon. Southampton 1, Tottenham Hotspur 3. And having rolled the dice, Ruben Sayers brought on 3 players, and suddenly the task has got a whole lot more difficult. But one of those changes, Mara crosses the ball in, but it's cleared away. Southampton haven't given up this one just yet. Why should they? Ainsley Maitland-Niles. Now Suleiman Mara. Nice ball into Sekou Mara. Back to Ward-Prowse. Maitland-Niles. Is he going to try one from a long range? And he stings the gloves of Fraser Forster. Really good effort from Ainsley Maitland-Niles. 25 yards out. He had a bit of time. He had a bit of space. Just got his head up and put his right foot through it. He didn't quite pick out the top corner though. But nonetheless, a great save by Fraser Forster to turn it over the bar. This one isn't done yet. Southampton still very much alive, and James Ward-Prowse takes the corner. That is headed away by Longley. Back out to Ward-Prowse now. Over comes the cross to the back post. Lara, and it's fallen nicely, and it is 3-2. Theo Walcott has scored against Tottenham Hotspur. It's 3-2. And I was just saying that Tottenham seem to have killed the game off. Well, look at that. Theo Walcott's got his first goal of the season. His 9th in his total of 2 spells at Southampton. And he would have enjoyed that one. Spent the bulk of his career at Arsenal. And he scored against Tottenham Hotspur. James Ward-Prowse, after his initial corner was cleared, crossed it to the back post. Lara with a knockdown. Amara, I should say, with the knockdown. And there, with plenty of time to just guide the ball past Fraser Forster, was Theo Walcott. Nice side-footed cushion volley. And Southampton, for the second time in just 22 Premier League matches, have scored more than once. And the rate they're going at the moment, they look like they're in for another one. And it's Mara now edge of the box. Can he get a shot in? Yes, he can. It's a great save by Forster. And the rebound, no. Forster does well to gather it at the second attempt. Wow, and it was Suleiman Mara and Sekou Mara once again combining. And these substitutions that Sayers made seem to be paying off. Perisic made the job a whole lot more difficult with the 3rd goal for Tottenham. But these two have injected so much more life back into that Southampton team. And Kamaldeen Sulemana played in Sekou Mara, who did well to get away from one challenge, opened up his body. But it was a good save by Fraser Forster, who got out to him well, closed down the angle. And the goal scorer, the latest goal scorer I should say, It's now down and needing some treatment. Theo Walcott getting a bit of attention. Wow, what a electric few minutes we've had. Theo Walcott down, but it's his goal that has got Southampton right back into this match just a couple of minutes after Ivan Perisic had scored his first goal of the season. Looked like he'd put this one beyond the Saints. Oh, what an exciting game we've had this afternoon. We've still got just over 10 minutes of normal time to enjoy. It was 75 minutes gone on the clock when Perisic made it 3-1, and then in the 77th minute, Theo Walcott said, "No, you don't. You're not taking these 3 points as easily as that." And Southampton really haven't given up the fight, and the signs that they're really playing for the new manager and they really want to get themselves out of trouble are all there. You just have to look at the way they responded in this game. This player to go down hurt is Dejan Kulusevski as we hit the 80-minute mark. And he looks in a lot of discomfort, and if there was ever going to be a game where a substitute had to go off injured, it might be this one. So many players have had treatment in this one. And he got a bit of a kick in the knee from Romain Perraud. And nothing intentional there from Perraud. He was just trying to nick the ball away from Dejan Kulusevski. Just a bit mistimed. Antonio Conte not happy with how his winger has got hurt, and Kulusevski just having a look at his side, his left side there, that he's checking for any damage. I thought it was his knee that he got the bulk of the contact. Just seeing another replay of the Walcott goal. It was a really nice cushion finish. And virtually no celebration from Walcott. And yes, of course, his side is trailing, but it was the sort of lack of celebration you normally see from a man scoring against his old club rather than against his old rivals. But very focused, very determined look on his and his teammates' faces, and we are back underway now, and it's Soulem Mara again causing problems. And he's found Alcaraz now. Alcaraz tries to turn away, but he's been robbed of possession. It's Højbjerg who did well. And he's unleashed Harry Kane. Kane, and is he going to get round Maitland-Niles? Just shrugs him off and concedes the foul. But just for a second there, it looked like Maitland-Niles had really kind of lost his bearings and lost track of where Kane was, but a clear shirt pull, in fact. We can see. And Southampton are forcing Tottenham back again. Romeo Lavia now. Maitland-Niles. Walker-Peters. He's got Son up against him. Short to Ward-Prowse. Walker-Peters. Alcaraz goes back to Ward-Prowse on the right-hand side. Maitland-Niles. Lavia now well inside the Tottenham half. Ward-Prowse. Crossing opportunity potentially for Kyle Walker-Peters. What can he do with it? Decides that playing it back to Ward-Prowse is the better option. He goes infield to Sulemana, I should say. Southampton still plugging away, still looking for that opportunity. Walcott to the bind. Good tackle though by Longley. Stood his ground well and took possession neatly. And to Harry Kane. Has he won himself a free kick? No. Still under a lot of pressure from Lavia and forced right to the edge of his own area. Has to use Eric Dyer. Romero now. Still inside his own area himself. Bit of a hospital pass to Harry Kane. Dyer once more, and finally clear their lines. And Perisic, did he manage to keep that one in play? Just about with the head. But Sekou Mara steals in and knocks the ball away from Clement Longley, and out the play it goes. Two more changes for Antonio Conte's men. Pape Matar Sarr is one of those who's being readied, but we won't have the changes just yet. Tottenham are getting on with things. Oliver Skipp tussling, and he was a bit late there, Oliver Skipp. The ball just ran away from him, and as Lavia took the ball away from him, Skipp there just left a foot in, and we can finally add a yellow card to the events that we've seen at St Mary's this afternoon. Yeah, just caught him on the top of the foot there, Oliver Skipp. Always a painful one with these very modern, very light boots that the players wear. The studs right onto the top of the foot for Lavia. And Oliver is the first man into the book, and I think we will see those changes now for Spurs. And it's going to be... In fact, I think the number was wrong there from the fourth official. He put number 12 up, and there was no number 12 on the field for Tottenham. In fact, it's going to be number 23, Pedro Porro, who is exiting. And on for him comes Emerson Royale. Yes, he is number 12. It was the wrong numbering system. It was number 12 coming off, according to the fourth official, but it's number 12 coming on. So Emerson Royale enters the field for Pedro Porro. A little bit more of a defensive shake-up there for Tottenham, and I think Kulusevski did go off. So a substitute is indeed substituted, and I will confirm, I think that was Sarr who came off for him. We'll just get confirmation of those substitutions when I get them. But Pape Matar Sarr, I believe, entered the field of play also. But in the meantime, the ball has gone out of play. And it's going to be a goal kick for Tottenham. Fraser Forster, all yellow, other than his white boots, takes this one very long. Ball bouncing around a little bit, and finally Alcaraz brings it down, but he can't feed Mara. Emerson Royale with his first touches, trying to get away from Sulemana, who has been very, very lively, but Sulemana fouls the Brazilian. Sulemana, Ghanaian, 21-year-old, making his 8th appearance. Played twice for the Ghana out of the World Cup. They came very close to reaching the knockout stages. Just came up a little bit short though. And we're entering the last 3 minutes of the second half. It's still Southampton 2, Tottenham 3, and what a grandstand finish we could have on our hands this afternoon. Into the area, Tottenham pumped the ball, but no one in a blue shirt able to get on the end of it. Out of play it goes. It's going to be a Southampton corner, and in fact, Sulemana did get booked in that exchange with Emerson Royale, so one yellow card for each side as well. Forward comes Southampton once more. 2.5 minutes left of the 90, and it was Pape Matar Sarr who did come on for Kulusevski, just tidying up that substitution for you. So here's Lavia in the middle of the Tottenham half. Here goes wide to Perraud. Sulemana picking up with Perraud once more. Sekumara coming out wide and wins his side to throw in into the last 2 minutes of the 90 now. Again, like the first half, we should have quite a few minutes added on for injuries and stoppages. Maybe not quite the 7 that we had an hour ago, but still, there's time in this game for Southampton to grab themselves an equaliser. There's time for Tottenham to wrap things up. Let's see what we have in store for us. On the left-hand side now, Tottenham work it. Sulemana skips away for another challenge. Perot with the cross. Claims of handball for Tottenham. Emerson Royal in the meantime tries to get it clear. It wasn't him who committed the potential handball, but I'm sure VAR is having a look at that one. In the meantime, we're continuing. Lovely ball forward by Maitland-Niles into Theo Walcott. Back out to Walker-Peters, 2 crosses. And where's he going to fall? The shot from Alcaraz is blocked. And it goes out for a corner. It just sat up there so nicely on the volley for Alcaraz. But there were just too many blue shirts in front of it. And it was Højbjerg, I think, who got in the way of that one. And no, in fact, it was Højbjerg who they were claiming handball against Southampton. But he had his hands behind his back and definitely not outstretching anything or moving any part of his body towards, or any part of his arms towards the ball. But it has gone out for a corner after Alcaraz deflected shot. And it's going to be James Ward-Prowse. Over it comes to the back post. They try to keep it alive, Southampton. It's still bouncing around the penalty area. There's bodies going down. And I don't know what the referee's given. I think a free kick right on the edge of the area. Maitland-Niles goes down. There was another man going down. I think it was Lavia. And a free kick in this kind of range is almost as good as a penalty for Southampton, what with James Ward-Prowse's record. And I think it was Pavimate Sarr who's trying to clear the ball there. He just air kicks it, but catches Maitland-Niles. And for me, this one looks like it's in the area. It's right on the very edge. If that one was the one that's been given. Maitland-Niles is still down. Oliver Skipp and Harry Kane are surrounding the referee, and in fact, I'm not sure if the referee has given a free kick or a penalty. There's just so much going on in the area at the moment. The VAR is having a look at this one. Yeah, it's gone to VAR as they just tried to check whether it was inside or outside the area. I believe the referee gave a free kick initially because the Maitland-Niles was making his way outside of the area. He was starting inside when he was caught by Pavimate Sarr. So when he fell to the ground, he was outside the area. But I think the contact was inside. And I think this could be overturned. I think it will be a penalty for Southampton. We're now into the 2nd minute of added time. And of which there were 5 given. And it looks like, yes, it's going to be a penalty. It's a penalty for Southampton. And James Ward-Prowse has got the ball in his hands and is waiting to place it on the spot. Southampton so goal shy all season. And Tottenham fans like to call their team Dr. Tottenham whenever a team is out of form or in need of something. Tottenham come along and hand it to them, and Tottenham could well concede 3 goals to Southampton. It's their former goalkeeper Fraser Forster who's going to try and stop them. Forster not back on his line yet. Ward-Prowse hasn't even put the ball on the penalty spot. He's just readying it with his studs. And finally, James Ward-Prowse puts the ball on the penalty spot. It is quite scuffed up. He doesn't seem very happy with it, but he's taking his steps back now. He's going to strike it with his right foot. It's James Ward-Prowse against Fraser Forster. They're in the 3rd minute of added time. Up he steps, puts it into the roof of the net. Right into the top corner. James Ward-Prowse has done it. He has equalised for Southampton, who have come from 3-1 down with less than 15 minutes to play to equalise at St Mary's. It's Southampton 3, Tottenham Hotspur 3. What a match we've had in the Premier League this afternoon. James Ward-Prowse needs 1 free kick to equal David Beckham's record. But no matter, because it's a penalty for him this afternoon. Right into the top corner. He went to Forster's left. Forster went the right way. But it was just too well struck. In many ways, the perfect penalty for James Ward-Prowse. And Southampton just out of the reach of Fraser Forster. Really well struck by the man who scored 7 goals now in the campaign. After Che Adams got close to him, he goes back to 2 goals ahead in the Southampton top scorer chance in the Premier League. We are back underway and Tottenham are pumping the ball long. We're in the 4th minute of time added on, but surely we will go well past that because the penalty was in fact the first action of injury time. Ball pumped long all the way back to Forster. 1 minute of the initial 5 still to play, but who knows quite how long we will go for at St Mary's this time. A few days ago at this point, the stands were emptying very quickly as Brentford wrapped up a 2-0 lead. What a difference a few days makes. Perisic's cross goes out of play, and Bazunu looks like he's in no hurry to take this goal kick. Ruben Sayers and his substitutions did pay dividends. It was one of Antonio Conte's later subs who committed the foul. Pat Matessar, he's only had 1 involvement in this game and he was conceding the penalty. What an afternoon we've had. I'll be honest with you, I wasn't expecting too many goals in this one when I was doing my preparation for this commentary. But 6 goals we've had, equally shared at St Mary's, and there is still time for a winner, which either side could get. Mara and Sarr just underneath that one as they try to bring it down, and it's Southampton again coming forward with Alcaraz, but he can't. Lofted forward again. Perisic. And Sarr's getting in all sorts of bother. And finally picks a Harry Kane with a header. Another one combining with Skip. That was better from Sarr that time. Emerson Royale. And Kane. Kane with his head up looking for options. Feeds it into Son Heung-min. Forced out wide. Can't get the shot away. Son still going. Outside the area now. Lays it off to Sarr. Sarr to Perisic.